Hey guys, Nathan here. Uh, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to speak to this camera in this microphone here. Since a long time, yeah, I've been away. I've been away for a long time because of many things. But one serious thing that I want to talk about tonight, because many people, when I was away off stream and when I was off stream, when I was not driving for the past 3 months, many people on Twitch, on the Twitch chat of Cashing It, of Mladen, of many people that are still doing live streams and stuff as we speak. People have been basically questioning me and wondering where I've been for the past 3 months and why I've been away for that much, that's for that period of time. So I'm gonna explain it to you guys now, because I've talked about it by Twitch chats on Twitch, obviously, and I thought that it could be great to do a proper video of to talk about this story that happened to me, and to make as well a new room tour, some sort of setup video about the room and the rig and everything that's new in my place, because I've been away of this room, of this particular room, for 3 months. This has been my bedroom since forever, and it has been like 3 weird months, to be honest, away from my bedroom that I've known forever. So yeah, let's jump into the main topic. So we are Monday, 16th of March 2026 today, and 3 months and 10 days prior to this day. So on January the 6th of 2026, I've been victim of an electrical fire. Me and my family have been we've been victim of an electrical fire in our house. So I'm gonna try to show you in the editing of this video some pictures and stuff about yeah, of my house when, like, right after the fire and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about this experience that I've been that I lived 3 months ago, and yeah, explain to you what happened, what caused the fire, how am I still there and not dead by now, and all that stuff. So, as I said, on the 6th of January 2026, I've been victim of, me and my family have been victim, we've been victim of an electrical fire that have been caused by a human error that leads to an electrical malfunction on the main alimentation cable, on the main power cable of my house, of the electrical installation of the house. Just a little yeah, excuse my English, guys. I'm a bit rusty. 3 months now that I've been talking French mainly, and a bit of Italian and blah blah. But English, it has been quite a long time, so I might look for my words tonight, especially for those type of stuff. I don't have like that much vocabulary when it comes to explain some sort of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, what caused the fire? So to put a bit of context all around this story, my family, so my parents and I, are living in a very old farm that has been renovated 20 years ago, and I mean 15 years ago maybe. I mean, it's like a very old building, but as well a brand new building from within. Like from the outside, it looks not old in a bad way, like rustic, or I mean, yeah, it's a farm basically, but a beautiful one from the outside. But from the inside, it's not an old building. Like, it's brand new with all the new stuff that are respecting every norms and stuff. So it's all okay. And we decided, after having an issue with our heat source for the house last year, we decided with my parents to install a heat pump. that a heat pump that is transforming air. I mean, that is like warming up water with air. So an air to water heat pump, and like that, the water will go through the radiators in my house, and I will have a warm house during the winter. So we changed this at the early stages of this winter. I mean, of yeah, last year winters and this year. I mean, I don't know. You got it. 2025, end of 2025, by November, I think. And so the guys that installed the heat pump told us, my parents and I, they told us to basically change the voltage of the house because the new installation of the new heating system would have been too heavy on consumption, and the power that my house received at the time was not enough for basically the house to power up the new heating system correctly. So they asked us to contact our electricity provider, which I will not mention the name, obviously for legal reason, and they told us to switch from 9 kilovolt ampere. I don't know. I don't know if in English it's the same word, but they asked us to switch from 9,000 kilovolt ampere to 12,000 kilovolt ampere. And so these guys know their job. They install the new stuff. They say they need it needs power, more power. So we said, okay, no problem. My father contacted the electricity provider, say, hey, we done this to the house. We need more power. Can you provide us a bit more power? So the electricity provider say, yeah, no problem. We gonna send you a technician, and the guy gonna comes to your house to install the new stuff. Like that, you will have the 12,000 kilovolt ampere, and you will be able to uh, power up the new heating system correctly. So we installed the new heating system 1 or 2 week after. No, not 1 or 2 week actually. Maybe three. No, yeah, a week after. A week after. This technician from our electricity provider comes to my house, and he basically installed everything he needed to install in order to have the 12,000 kilovolt ampere. But he installed it on the 9,000 kilovolt ampere main cable. So he installed 12,000 kilovolts on a 9,000 kilovolt cable. So the tension that comes into my house and that goes through this 9K cable was a tension that could go maximum to 12,000 kilovolts, which was obviously for the cable too much. The cable was underdimensioned. And this guy did it on purpose. Like, from what the expert told us, he couldn't have not seen the main cable, the main power cable, while doing the new installation. So what he did was that he opened the electrical panel. He did what if he removed the old stuff. And when he removed the old stuff, just before putting the new stuff, he saw the main cable. He saw that it was underdimensioned, and he said, "Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I should tell the people that live in this house. Okay, your cable is under dimension. I cannot install what you need and what you ask me, because you need to change the cable first, and then I will be able to safely install this. Otherwise, there's a risk of fire." He should have done. He should have done that, and he should have told us. In order, instead, he just like went, okay, fuck it. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna just do my job. I don't care. Is there a problem? They don't have the good cable. I don't care. I don't know what he's. I don't know what went into his mind back at that time. But surely he didn't want to tell us that the cable need to change and stuff. So he put everything for 12,000 on a 9,000 cable. And we trust this guy. We didn't ask any question. That's our mistake. This is the only mistake that my parents and I made. We didn't ask for the guy if everything was okay. We welcomed the guy home. I made him a coffee. Then he went to work on the electrical panel, done his job, say, hey, okay, I'm done, I'm out, I go away. Took his furnitures and went away. And we didn't question anything. We trust the guy because the electricity provider that we are paying every month and stuff, these guys are very, very serious and very known for being serious. So we said, okay, there's no issue, we can trust. We blindly trust the guy, and that was our mistakes. So our mistake. So yeah, what happened is after what happened after that is that while trusting this guy, we used normally electricity in our house for 2 months, from November to December. My mother and I, we saw during these 2 months of normal utilization of electricity after the change. We started to see that. Sorry, again, my English is a bit meh, is a bit weird. So we started to see that some lights were tilting and some stuff like the hair dryer was getting less power for 10 seconds, then back to normal power. Like there was some tension issue. It was not a linear tension, there was some spike or some stuff was weird with the tension. And we we've seen that. We my parents and I saw that and say, okay, I don't know, we don't know, maybe we there's something weird with the new heat pump, or but we were not we weren't in like full alert mode. For us it was an issue for sure, but not a big one. So we said, okay, chill, okay, we already paid a lot of stuff for the new heat pump and stuff. Let's keep the money, and let's keep the money, bring back a bit more money in our pocket for a couple of months, and we will investigate on this later. Everything okay? We still living the life as usual. I'm driving. I'm saying weird shit on Twitch. I'm being I'm spending time on Mladen's chat and everything. Mladen is telling me that I'm a sac à merde. Basic stuff. Okay. Uh, Life is good. Christmas time went by. Everything was fine. And then, where I live in the southwest of France, near a big city called Toulouse. Toulouse is the third biggest city in France, actually. So, in this region of France, usually the summer is very hot, and the winter is colder, obviously, but not freaking cold, like really, really, really cold. Usually it's like around in between 0 to 5 degrees Celsius in the winter, but at some rare occasion you can have negative temperatures outside. But we're not used to it because really, like 1 year out of 5, let's say, we're gonna have some like -5, -10. Not every year. And this year, in January was really cold. especially early January. The first 2 weeks of January were really cold. In the new heating system, as I mentioned, it's a heating system that take air, warm water with the air, and there's resistances as well that warm up the water when it's really really cold outside. And on the nights of January the 6th, so in between January 5 to January the 6th, okay, so this night, um, it was one of the coldest day of the year, and it was one of the coldest day like I can remember for the past 10 years. On the day we had -4 all day, and it was announced by the weather on the phone, that we're gonna have -11 during the night. And that's the issue. During this night, the heat pump was working like crazy. First, it was not working with the resistances that warm the water inside the heating pump. It was only working with air, but the heating system basically the main computer of the heating system said, okay, uh, I'm I'm not powerful enough to warm the water only with air, so I'm gonna warm it with the resistance instead. And when it turns on the resistance, the main cable of my electricity installation of the house melted. It took 800 degrees on the face, melted completely, and uh, it made like there's another there was in the attic another electricity panel with switches, and the main cable, when it melted, it puts it put fire to this other electricity panel in the attic. The electricity panel in the attic melted, exploded, and the explosion put fire um, to the isolation on the roof and on the ground of the attic. Okay, so right there, you will not be able to see it. I will show you a bit later on. There's a door, a blue door. The wall that you see right here, back then there was my bed right here. The wall, my head was, when I was sleeping, my head was like here. And the thing that exploded was behind this wall at this level. So my head is here. The thing that exploded was behind this wall right here. The vibration of the explosion woke me up, and the wall behind me is a real brick wall that is like 35 to 40 centimeter thick. So it's a big wall. It's a really big wall, and the vibration went through the wall and were so strong that it woke me up. They woke me up at 3 a.m. At 3 a.m. 3 a.m. I said, "Oh, that's not normal. That's not good." I tried to turn on the light. No light. By the time I find my cell phone and I turn off this light here, the pocket light of my cell phone, I smelled smoke, and I saw smoke as soon as I turn on the pocket light of my of my cell phone. But not like gray smoke, black smoke everywhere in my room, everywhere, and it was going inside my room from the little gap that there is under the door, in between the ground and the door. There's a little gap all the time. I went to the door to check it, unlock it, and open it. The handle of the door was already really, really warm, really hot, I mean. because of the fire right behind. And when I opened the door, flames everywhere, but flames everywhere from the ground to the roof. It was crazy. I've never experienced anything ever like that in my life. So yeah, uh, everything. I mean, I was for 2.5 seconds maybe like, yo, that's fire. I mean, there's fire. And then my brain tilted. Hey, yo, there's fire. Move your ass. Looked. I closed the door, locked it, took a pillow, and put it under the door to block the smokes and fumes and stuff. And in order to block the fire, just in case, Um, and I went downstairs. I run as fast as I could to my parents' house, to my parents' room, woke my parents up and say, "There's fire! There's fire! There's a fire in the attic! There's a fire in the attic!" My father jumped out of bed, and we were with a short, half naked, just wearing a short, okay, like a football short. And we went by -10 degrees in the attic in a football shorts, and we threw with my father, we threw buckets and buckets and buckets of water on an electrical fire without knowing at the time that it was an electrical fire. We managed to get the flame down, to kill the flame a first time by using water. And then I took my mother and my cats in the pool house that was in the garden further away from the main house. Actually, it's next to the swimming pool because it's a pool house, like a very great shed, but luxury shed, premium shed, if I can say it like that, with a bed, with a bathroom, with an AC. Everything was, everything is perfect there. And while putting my mother and my cat there, my father went down again to the house, and from the garage we have another entry to the attic, and he saw flames again, and the fire started the second time. So he called me again. He ran to the pool house, telling me, "Nathan, there is still fire. Come, help me." We run back together to the garage, climbing up the stairs to the attic with buckets of water that were like 35 kilo heavy. So 35 liters of water all the time. Hanging, I was holding 35 kilo only with one arm. I go to the gym, but I cannot do shoulder with 35 kilo. I was lifting that like it was 10 kilo. I swear to God, adrenaline is something else. Like, it's crazy. And we killed the flame a second time. And while I was doing that, I told my father, "Get the fuck out of this attic. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kill the flame. I'm gonna manage the fire. And you gonna call the firefighters." And we did that. The firefighters arrived 25 to 30 minutes later, and they how can I say, they made the house safe again, and they killed forever the fire. They killed electricity, they killed the fire, and they made the house safe. Then they took my father, my mother, and myself in charge for medical assistance, because my father and I were fighting fire, half naked by -10 degrees, without any mask. We were breathing fumes. My face was completely black. My father's beard, which is fully white normally, was fully black. And we were smelling like very bad because of the fume. And we inhalated many toxic fumes for a long period of times. So I was coughing. I was coughing a lot. My father as well. I had a very dry throat, a very weird sensation as well. Like it was really, it's something was off, and my heart was pumping like crazy. So they took the medical part of the firefighter department took us in charge, and they told us, okay, you need to go to hospital. So they took us to hospital. Usually, to go to the hospital, we went with my car. I have to drive 35 minutes. We went to the hospital in 10 minutes. I don't know who was the driver of the of the firefighter truck, but this guy is first a very good driver. I think he managed the understeer of this heavy ass truck quite good, and he was driving like a madman. I have no other clue, but this guy was really good, and he brought my father and I to the nearest hospital in 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. When if I was with my car, it would have take me. I would have had to drive 35 minutes. So we arrived at the hospital, and they took us. The hospital took us in charge immediately because we were in a situation where we didn't knew at that time if we were, my father and I, intoxicated with monoxide, carbon monoxide. And if you are intoxicated with carbon monoxide, you can be dead because of it in 10 minutes to an hour. It depends on how much intoxicated you are. So if we were about to die in 10 minutes or an hour, we had to get medical care quite rapidly. Like hopefully for my father and I, we both were not intoxicated by carbon monoxide, but we had some issue to breathe, and basically the fumes were very toxic, and we were doing some asthma attack because of it. So they put us on oxygen. They gave us some Ventolin, which is medical stuff for asthma, asthma crazes, and we went away from the hospital 2.5 hours later, alive, not intoxicated, and being able to breathe fully again with clean throats. They cleaned our face and stuff. And then we went to my grandparents' house. My grandparents are living 5 minutes away from my house, so that's very cool. And they welcomed us without knowing what happened to us. We explained what I just explained to you guys to my grandparents at 7 a.m. My grandfather literally cried in front of me because of it. My grandmother as well. It was quite weird to see them like that. They as long, I mean, we were there, but by the time we were talking to them and telling the story, they were crying even more and more and more because they were scared for us. And yeah, sorry, I'm a bit still moved about that. Yeah, they thought that, I mean, they knew that we could, all three of us, we would have died, but somehow we could have died, but somehow we survived. And my father told my grandmother and my grandfather, my father told my grandparents that we were alive because of me, and I said no. I've been awakened by some sort of. I told you the vibration and stuff, but I don't know. I had like Jesus Christ above my head that night. I swear to God, it's. I have no explanation. I went to bed at 2 a.m., so I was only sleeping for 1 hour. That's first. That's the first thing. So I was not deeply sleeping. If I was deeply sleeping, I would have been dead. The first one, by the smoke, not the fire. I would have been dead by the smoke. So the fact that I was not sleeping deeply saved my life. The fact that the vibration were strong enough to go through the thick wall that is behind me saved my life. The fact that I've been that I've received healthcare from the firefighter ASAP saved my life as well. Um, there was a lot of stuff that put it all together saved me and saved my parents. If one single stuff of what I've told you was a bit moved like 1 centimeters away, maybe I wouldn't be there anymore, and my parents, or I don't know. Nobody knows, and like a very famous meme. I guess we never know. But yeah, that's the story. That's the story. Uh, it has been 30 minutes since I'm talking to you guys. I think I'm gonna do a separate video for the room tour, but that's why I've been away. And yeah, I hope that you guys understand why I've been away for that period of time. So yeah, the end of the story is before ending the video. The end of the story is that after all this, my room and the attic and the electrical installation and many stuff within the house went under huge renovation. So it has been 3 months since that time that we have been together with my father and friends of the family and stuff, working on the house, putting everything back together. We have a very close friend of the family that is a professional electrician and a very highly skilled electrician that comes that yeah, he came to the house and fixed everything and stuff. And because of all these people, I'm able to live again in my room and to have an even better room that I've ever had before. So I'm really grateful for this. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to have everything around me, everything I've ever wished for. To only have a roof above my head, a warm place to sleep, and a plate full of food. It's the best thing in the world, especially when I compare my situation to situation of other people elsewhere in the world. We know that there is war ongoing in the Persian Gulf and stuff, and I have a deep thoughts for every one of you guys that are living near these areas and that are like suffering from the war, or for every yeah, there's way worse than what I lived, and people are living it and are living through it as we speak. So I'm just very grateful for everything, to be honest. And right now, because of all this, I see life from another angle, for a brand new. I see like life from a brand new perspective. So yeah, guys, it has been 34 minutes that I've been talking to you, and I think there will not be that much editing on this video. I will show you basically where is the place that burns and everything in my room tour video. I will do a separate video for the room tour, and I hope, guys, that you had a great time, and that you enjoyed the video together with this story. This sentence is completely wrong, but yeah, you got it. I hope you enjoyed the video, that you had a great time listening to me. I know that I spoke for a long time. Yeah, I had stuff to say, stuff to tell you. Future is bright, life is good, and in the next few weeks, I'm gonna be part of a very, very big thing. I cannot wait for it to be officially launched, and I will talk about it a bit later, surely in the room tour video. Guys, have a great evening, have a great night, have a great day, and see you on Twitch in my Twitch chat. I'm dropping the link down below. See you in the room tour video as well. And yeah, I see you around a bit later. Bye bye.